Hey, it's Fritz Builder.
And Blast Miner Dad.
And we're the father and son Minecraft build team.
And we're playing our Kerbal space program, right, Fritz, where we left off with a disaster in our last flight, right? Jeb, the founder of our space program, gave the ultimate sacrifice in the pursuit of science knowledge, right? It's a good thing that they have unlimited funds in our Kerbal space universe, right? It's the way science should be. Unlimited funds just on your imagination and desire and will to explore, right? So, Fritz, I did a few things. I've got a bunch of flights that are up right now in preparation for exploring. So I've got a bunch of things here.
Well, that's a lot of orbits.
I know, yeah. Well, I kind of, I was trying to save fuel to get everything up as much as I can. Of course, we do have our space station. Station Kerbal is the name, but I thought there was a way to change the names. Cause
I think there is, but
I don't
know.
I'll have to check.
Oh, you have to go in it, and then and you click the main module. You click the module of it, and it says rename vessel.
The main part. Okay.
Yeah, there.
So like this is the main part.
Rename vessel.
Okay, rename vessel. So because we were gonna name this Bacon Station, right? Bacon Station. Oh. I'm all caps. Bacon Station. All right. So we've got on our Bacon Station. This is one experiment right here. This is our Science Junior. I got it up here, and I was like, I don't think we ever actually took a Science Junior recording up in orbit. So
yeah,
that's 25 free science right there. And then there was this experiment with this Keurigs, but I think you need the actual cyclotron to get it up. And you notice that I only have one tug up here right now, which is this tug. So I can launch that tug.
We're using the tug for that.
Yeah, Barky's in the tug. So he could go home right now and get us 25 science. So that's 25 science that we'll get at the end of this episode. And I think what we're going to do is we won't have to show you the reentry because we're pretty good on that. I think everybody's seen us do that a few bazillion times. Okay, so we've got that guy, and well, we've got a bunch of other ships that are up. And I think I did find a bug, Fritz, because Jebediah magically reappeared in the station in the list of guys that could fly. So I think that those three main guys are actually immortal. The other guy that we thought that died, he didn't actually die because in another episode I rewatched it. What happened was the docking collar broke, and so the two capsules were separate, but now they're two separate ships. So the guy doesn't show up in the bottom right corner because he's in another ship now. See, so he was fine. So there was nothing wrong with him, but Jebediah magically showed up because I think those three main guys are actually immortal. So what we could do is we could just call him Jebediah Jr. What do you think? Senior died, and that's what happens when you try to grandstand, and he wanted to take all the glory for himself, and I think he was just a little overconfident of his piloting abilities. But we still have this guy in orbit right here. All right, Munlander A, and who is in Munlander A?
So magically you saw Jebediah or
yeah, he's back up in space now. So let's just call him Jebediah Jr. But what we can do right now is why don't we take this guy home?
So they're like unstoppable. I
think they're unkillable.
Yeah,
you can't.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. All right, let's take this guy home, and so that'll be. So that's got to be good. That's only 65 meters a second of delta V. You know what delta means in math, Fritz?
What?
It means change. That's the change in velocity is only that. Okay, so in 50 minutes, we need to get him here. So why don't we go ahead and just do it, right? And just get it done. Get her done with this guy, and then we can focus on our other ships. What do you think?
I remember I did my sandbox, and I figured out how to do this cheat thing, where you where like you press Alt and F12.
Yeah.
It brings up this menu, and I clicked cheats and infinite fuel, and I went like extremely far. Like I had this tiny. I just had a little command pod and a big engine, and I clicked infinite fuel, and I never ran out of fuel. And
Well, we'll definitely have to make some silly videos. So this is on our main series, but we'll make a silly video series. What do you think? And this guy, I just want to get him out of here real quick. And, you know, there's a mod, actually, that allows you to time...
Oh, a time warping?
It's not time warping. It's a way to keep track of when you need to do another node, because when you've got people in interplanetary flights, then you know, like this guy will be going, but then we want to launch another flight, right? Okay, so he's breaking out here, and he's going to end up in this orbit. And you know, honestly, if we forget about him too, we can wait till he gets back here, but he won't get back here. Let's see, add him in over here. That's 30 days. That's a long time.
We're gonna zip that.
Let's see. We'll get him in a tighter orbit here. We can get him. Well, it looks like it doesn't really matter when we get him, because this is the AP is there. Looks like we got a pretty cylindrical orbit. But here, only a 4-second burn, and then we can get him back home. Very, very little burn does it take to get back home.
38 days?
Yeah. 38 days to do that burn. All right, so he's good. Now let's go back to the Space Center, because he's going to get us about 100 science too, because he's been orbiting for quite a while. He was the first one orbiting Minnmus, I think. And so I've got other guys set, and let's see. There's some other cool things I got up here. I got the cyclotron launched. It was 30 weight to get the cyclotron. Where is this cyclotron? But it is totally stuck now because I don't have any more fuel. So here is the cyclotron, and it is stuck here because I don't have any more juice. The rockets came off of it. All right. In fact, these look like debris. So yeah, there's some debris way over there. Our little brother is running around. So there's some debris, I think, from one of the last launch. There, yeah, the cyclotron launch is up here. So, and it's stuck right now. So it's in orbit, but it is stuck, and we can't get it to the station. I'm gonna have to launch another tug to get it to the station. Now, some of these other guys in here, these were all in my other design. So I gotta show you the new launch facilities that I came up with. To launch the cyclotron, this is why we really need some more, I think it was this, here, cyclotron. We really need some more science points to get some more rocket stuff, because I had to use this bad boy to launch the cyclotron. And I'm taking advantage because now we have the fuel ducts, so it'll run out of fuel there, and then there, and then there, and then you run them down. And so it's quite cool. So if we want to, Fritz, later you can try to launch one of these Lander Cs. Lander Cs is what I've got in orbit. I've got about 4 of them in orbit right now with different pilots.
Whoa.
So that's the Lander Cs. And it'll get you up there, and pretty much these just basically just touch the fuel a little bit with that and get them going. Okay, so let's find us a Moonlander C, and I got better at launching these last night because I've got 4 of them in orbit right now. Okay, that's Bacon Station. Moonlander A is on his way out on escape trajectory out of Minnmus. Then I've got 4 of these Moonlander Cs, and then the cyclotron. So we pick one, and I think, yeah, the ones at the beginning probably have the least amount of fuel left over than the ones at the end, because I got kind of better at launching, and I added some more boosters to that thing. So as the fuel runs out of these, what you do is when you jettison this, this one will have fuel, a full can of fuel in it. Okay, And then you notice my lander design is a lot bigger than what it was before. What I did is I put the lander struts out on these little what do you call these little structure points right here. So it sticks out quite a bit, right? So I don't know about this guy. He doesn't really have much fuel to play with. Why don't we go? Let's find the one that's at the very end. He'll have the most fuel. That might be Jeb Jr. Let's see, this one right here, because that's the one that was launched the last, and that might be Jeb Jr. Let's see, and then we could send Jeb Jr. back to.
Which you mean like Jebediah?
No, oh yeah, Podlass. Okay, Podlass. He's even got a stage left over from the main launch vehicle, so he should be good. So let's get him in a Minnmus orbit. What do you think? Or should we send him to the moon?
Send him to the moon.
Send him to the moon? We might be able to land on the moon with this guy. I don't know. You know, about escaping the moon might be the problem, because I was thinking we need more science points. So what we could do is you could leave, you know, like we leave a stage up in orbit, because we don't have a lander can. Right? We don't have a lander can.
And what is a lander can?
Well, it's like a little lander piece that will land on the surface and then come back up, and then you reattach to the main spaceship. Yeah. So what do you think? Should we try Minnmus again, or should we try the moon?
I think Minnmus.
Minnmus? Okay. Let's add a maneuver. Minnmus is there, and we're still in good Minnmus capture.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's out. We need to drag this further here and then have it go up a bit. Let's see. I'm trying to see if it intersects that plane. That's going out of space, which is what we will do that here. We need to do one of those flights too, because when you eject out of space, then we could get a bunch of science too. So we definitely need to do one of those.
Should we do that for this video?
Yeah, I think we should definitely do that.
Well,
oh, there we go. There we go. Look.
I think we should just do that for this video instead of going to Minnmus again.
Well, we're already there. Well, let's set one to burn. Here, let's set this guy to burn here, and let's take one of these other Munlander Cs and jump to there. What do you think too? Like, so we do two. We set two up right now.
But we should transmit it, so
yeah, for sure.
We won't have any more fuel to get back.
I'm kind of curious if this lander would have the power to get off of moon orbit. Okay, let me doing it ever so gently. There we go. Alrighty. So we should be in a nice little
orbit, and we might go out of space.
Well, we might. Well, we would if we hit past it. But you remember, you take those Science Junior things, and look at that. That's pretty cool. It's a very, very small window we have over there. All right, so let's get the next guy. And you want to just go out of space, right?
Yeah, and let's transmit the data.
All right, so there's.
I wonder if you get too far away from space and you can't, away from Kerbal, you can't
let's try this
transmit your data.
All right, in 13 minutes, let's get him to the maneuver. So we got a bunch of guys that are on track to get out of here. They're going places. We are not letting Jeb Sr.'s death be in vain, right, Fritz? We are going to be exploring our little solar system, right? Oh, I missed the burn.
Oh,
that's okay.
Let's just try it.
Yeah, let's just do it again. We don't need that much anyway. Because we're kind of like right about there.
And if we want, we could try to crash into the sun.
Crash in the sun? We're not gonna get anything for
Well-
crashing in the sun.
No, we just.
Then we'll have Jub Jr. the third, because if we kill this guy, I think we get it. He'll come back again.
Yeah.
We can't get rid of him. Here we go.
Well, I guess you could
Almost
fire
there.
him, but that's kind of all you can do to get rid of
You
him.
can
is-
fire him.
Yeah, but
Don't leave him at home.
that's all you can pretty much do to get rid of.
Alrighty, he's escaped. So he will be on the way out. So look at our guy right here. Lander C is already way out there. This guy is already leaving Minnmus as well. He's in his escape trajectory. Alright. Now, should we send one to the moon?
Nah.
Come on, we've got like 3 more of them.
All right.
We got 2 more.
All right.
Let's pick one and see how much fuel he has. Yeah, he's got enough to hit the moon. I don't know about landing on it though.
Science when all these moon landers, all of our moon landers.
Okay, this should be a really good one because look,
like Kerbal
it's-
escape.
yeah, well, it's coming behind it, so it would accelerate us around the moon. But it's already, we just have to slow down, and we'll be captured right in the moon. Or you could do that, or when you go on the other side,
We should try
You-
to make
you
it
slow
so
down on
like the burn actually turns us into an orbit of the moon.
I don't think you can, but I think one of these, because it's already, see, it sets you back in a Kerbal orbit.
Yeah, let's do one of these.
Well, but my orbit's too low. Look, we'll crash. We'll crash right in there.
Let's just do one.
I'm pretty sure he'll make orbit. I don't have any problems with him making orbit or getting back. That I just can't believe he wouldn't.
There's no.
We're not gonna crash in the moon. We are not gonna crash today, okay? We're not crashing. And now I totally understand now when they said that you need to burn before the burn, because then you're not getting the maximum amount of, orbit oomph with it. So now we've got 3 landers that are doing something. All right. So I think we're done with this episode, Fritz, because it's been 25 minutes, and we will set off next episode. And it looks like we've got a bunch of things going on at the same time. We've got Jub Jr. on an escape trajectory. We've got this guy coming back home. We've got another one that's going to make out in a here he is right here in an orbit that's going to intersect Minnmus, right? And one that's going to intersect the moon. So we've got a lot of things going on at once.
Yep.
That we need to take care of, right, Fritz? All right, so we will see you back later, right, Fritz?
Bye.
Bye.